Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven, accompanied by Queen Taylor, and today we're going to be looking at more Billy Connolly Colonoscopy. This all came from our first time ever watching the guy, and we did Wildebeest, and it was fabulous.
It was fantastic.
He was honestly a lot funnier than I anticipated, and I know that there was a lot of hype behind Billy, and well worth it. I understand why now. I get it. And he was not in the movie Braveheart, but he was in the movie Brave. Okay? He was in the movie Brave.
That's what he meant.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I don't know where you guys got the heart from. Never even heard of that movie. It's weird. But you guys, let's hop on over the video and let's get on with it. That didn't sound natural at all.
Let's get on with it.
Just recently I had a colonoscopy where they shove a television camera up your ass. And before they do, you see, there's a terrible thing happens to men after 50. Your doctor loses all interest in your testicles.
Thank God I'm not a man over 50.
And takes an overwhelming interest in your asshole. You begin to forget what he looks like. He's always around here somewhere.
Not only that, but it's quite hairy down there, if you know what I mean. It's like a jungle.
Oh.
Yeah, it's actually a defense mechanism. There's a whole documentary on YouTube about that where, like, you know, the hair on the men's, it's actually to prevent things intruding, and it's supposed to keep you safe. Yeah.
From?
You know, things.
Creepers?
Yeah. Those grapes out there.
Okay.
And it's supposed to do the entanglement.
So I feel like women should be the ones more protected.
I get it, but I don't know why, you know, God just didn't want you guys to have hairy buttholes, so.
Okay.
It's invasive, I find. But before you get this thing, you get these laxatives to take. Now, these aren't your high-fiber, natural product made from tea tree and badger's pubic hair. You know those adverts you get on television? Are you feeling listless? Have you lost interest in the children? You see a woman in the nursery going, God, when will this end? You're probably constipated. What you need is a good shit. Clear your head. Go to a friendly chemist and ask for shit easy.
Shit easy.
Well, it's not that. This is like NASA. There isn't a natural thing within a mile of this. And you take them all at once and be quite near a bathroom. So I took them, and Pam and I are watching the telly, you know. And she said, have you taken those? She treats me like she's my mother, you know. Have you taken those tablets? I said, I did, yes. Is anything happening? I said, what, you think I'm going to shit myself while I'm panicking? I said, I felt a few distinct rumblings, but nothing to write home about, you know. And then I felt the sort of, see in a minute. As I went to the bathroom, I'd hardly got the tweeds to my knees.
The tweeds to my knees?
Was just on its way to the seat.
Oh no.
You know that way it's like a hose that nobody's holding.
Like a hose that nobody's holding.
Fucking, I'm looking through the wee hole. Jesus. And then it would stop for a sort of breather, you know. Your ass is hanging in tatters, Liz. You go to stand up. I was in there for days. Eventually it calmed down, you know. And gingerly, I made my way back to the TV. And about 20 minutes later, oh, fuck, I'll never move. Now, this was the oily discharge. It's heart-stopping. It doesn't go or anything remotely like it. This doesn't even touch the sides. It goes. It doesn't stop. Fucking hell. I'll be like a walnut when this is finished. And your arse is burning. You have to put the toilet paper in the fridge. Holy macaroni.
Oh, man. Have you ever had a colonoscopy?
I have, actually.
You know what he's talking about.
I do, yeah.
Is that why it tickled you so much?
Probably, yeah. So back when I was having like all my bad stomach issues and stuff, they thought maybe I had like Crohn's disease or something.
Yeah.
That's how they test you for it, is you get a colonoscopy, which was also, you know, I'm a very private person. So before I was even, this is a little side note, just because it's funny, before I was even out from the anesthetic, they like have you there and my butt is full out. They've got the blanket over the front of me. My whole ass is out. And I'm super uncomfortable. I'm awake. There's people there behind me. I keep covering it up. They keep uncovering it. I keep covering it up. They keep uncovering it. Finally, they gave me the juice and I passed out. And I remember like right before I passed out telling them, keep my butt covered. I was so uncomfortable. I'm gonna keep it covered. She's like, honey, in a couple minutes, you won't even know. And I was like, I know. And then next thing I knew, I woke up and I was like, but yeah, I was like, just keep it covered. Like, you don't need it right now. You don't need access right now. There's like 10 minutes. They just had it hanging out. But yeah, so I had one just to make sure I didn't have Crohn's disease and anything. And thank God I didn't, because that's a whole thing. But yeah, it's weird. He said tablets, which here they give you just like a liquid to drink. And I, luckily, my experience, I don't think was quite as traumatic, but I was terrified because when they gave me this drink, they're like, you have to drink it all. I think there was a time constraint on it, like you do when you have to get checked for, what's it called when you're pregnant? Anyways, I think there was a time constraint on it. They're like, you have to drink within 10 minutes or however, 20 minutes maybe of opening it, however it was. But they had me really terrified because they're like, you're going to be on the toilet nonstop for like 24 hours. So I'm scared. I'm like, I'm thinking that I'm going to poop my brains out like he was talking about. So I just perched up in the bathroom. I brought pillows and blankets and I brought my laptop in there and I just watched movies in the bathroom all day because I was so scared if I left that room, it was going to be a disaster. And thankfully it wasn't, like, it didn't end up being like that. I could have easily left the bathroom. But for like 6 hours, I was too scared to even leave the bathroom.
I am dreading being 50 because I don't want to deal with that. We did have that stomach bug just not too long ago where I was pissing out my ass. My arse. And that was unpleasant. Thankfully, I'm not, in my uppers 50s. And I'm not.
You don't have to be.
I'm also not. I've never been pregnant. So.
I mean, I didn't get that because I was pregnant.
Yeah, but you're talking about that stuff that you had to take while you're pregnant.
Yeah, because that's just, I can't think of what it's called right now, but you have to drink it and then they check your blood to see if you have it. But I can't think of what the word is right now.
Okay.
But it's just a drink. Huh?
The dye?
No, it's not a dye. It's just this really gross. I just can't think of it.
Okay.
It'll come to me in like 10 minutes. But yeah, I mean, it's not a pleasant experience. I also, when I was working at the hospital, thinking about becoming a surgical tech. And so I talked to the doctors because we were a small facility and they let me sit in on some stuff to see. And this is before I had even gotten mine, got to sit in on a couple colonoscopies. So that's interesting.
Wow.
And fun fact, I don't know if they do it over there or not, but when I got done with my surgery, they don't let you drive. And they're like, you're going to be farting a lot for the next couple days. And they're like, just let it out. It's just, they push a bunch of, so what they do is they push a bunch of air in there to help kind of clear things out. And she's like, just let it out. It's just natural. It's just a bunch of air. And I'm like, okay. And I remember actually farting one time right before the nurse came in and she's like, have you been farting? And I was so embarrassed, even though like it's natural. And I was like, no. She's like, honey, you should be farting. I was like, I haven't. I was just like mortified of it. I was in my early mid 20s. But yeah, so they make you have a ride home, and it's a whole thing. But then that's what I was going with this. They give you this packet for this aftercare stuff, and in this packet is like photos of your insides, and they're just showing you, okay, we didn't find anything, but they give you this. They present this to you like you're bringing home a baby bundle of joy. They're like, here's your photos.
I like how you first started out with this. I'm really private, and then it goes on to all this.
Well, I am.
Here's my life story about my colonoscopy, you guys.
You asked.
I didn't think we were going to get all the details, but here we are. I was wondering why you're laughing so hysterically through the colonoscopy piece, and I was like, maybe she just really likes fart jokes. Maybe like ass and fart
I mean,
jokes.
it was, I'm a little bit of a 12-year-old boy, so it was funny anyway, but.
Yeah. The little inner 12-year-old boy made me laugh about this too, just because, fart jokes are always the best.
They're always funny.
But, all right, you guys, that was our time. Thank you, Taylor, for that riveting story.
Like, can we just ditch this now? Because I feel really weird. I'm suddenly sweating.
No, we're keeping it in.
Super weird.
We're keeping it in. I appreciate you. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Oh my God.